Hi YouTube, welcome to another edition of HorrorHands, and for this video I'm going to be talking about Ghost Keeper. So this is a film from the early 80s which seems to go under the radar a little bit, and there were things that I liked about it, there were things that I didn't like so much. So this tells the story of these three people, this guy, his girlfriend and this like third wheel woman that's with them. And they're snowmobiling in the Canadian Rocky Mountains, and against the advice of the local shopkeeper they veer off the path and they find themselves at this like abandoned hotel lodge kind of place, and it's really starting to snow and the weather's getting bad and they can't go back the way they came, so they manage to get inside the building and they decide to spend the night inside this hotel. And a large part of the film at this point is kind of more of a character study between these three people, because the third woman might or might not be having an affair with the guy. He's like a total douche and his girlfriend's unhappy, so there's kind of just like this untenable triangle between them which kind of makes up a large basis of the middle part of the film. So I didn't really care for that too much. It kind of dragged on a little bit, but as time goes on you get the sense that there's something not quite right in the hotel and it's a little bit creepy. They then come across this woman who lives in the hotel and she tells them that they can't stay, but they still decide to stay. And it turns out she has one son who we see he's introduced later on in the film, and she has a second son who's like this kind of like mutated caveman type looking thing who they keep locked away in the cellar. So without giving too much, because there's not many characters in it, so without giving too much away, it's kind of these three people happen upon this hotel which is home to this kind of dysfunctional murderous family. So it's a little bit, it reminded me a little bit of like The Shining, in the sense that it takes place in this abandoned hotel in the middle of the snowy mountains, and I guess a little bit like Texas Chainsaw Massacre in the sense that it's people coming across a dysfunctional family, but it's nowhere near as accomplished as those two films. Also the location looks identical to Wrong Turn 4. If any of you saw Wrong Turn 4, which does take place in the snow, it looks like at the same place. But that's one of the things I really did like about this film. I love the locations and the use of like the snowy environment to give it like a really cold, creepy feeling. So this film is definitely a slow burner. If you like your slow burner horror films and you like atmosphere and moodiness, then definitely check this one out. But this isn't one where you've got lots of things happening and it's really action packed and there's lots of stuff going on to keep you entertained. It is much more of a slow character building, slow burner generally. So I think some people will like this, but I do think it will be too slow and a bit too monotonous for everybody's tastes. So as I say, this one does go under the radar. It is a bit of a more of a rarer film, but if you've seen this one, let me know what you think. I'd like to know your thoughts as always. So thank you for watching this and stay tuned for more videos.